Yes, we are moving on to the next hadith, narrated by Abdullah bin Mas'ud from Abdullah bin Abbas. It is a somewhat lengthy hadith, but our author narrates this in 12 different places in Sahih al-Bukhari. It is a very important hadith.
قال حدثنا أبو اليمان الحكم بن نافع قال أخبرنا شعيب عن الزهري.
If you pay attention, the hadiths we read today are from Ibn Shihab al-Zuhri.
قال أخبرني عبيد الله بن عتبة بن مسعود أن عبد الله بن عباس أخبره أن أبا سفيان بن حرب أخبره أن هرقل أرسل إليه في ركب من قريش.
Abdullah ibn Abbas, a young companion, reports this hadith from Abu Sufyan. Abu Sufyan is among the scribes of revelation. Abu Sufyan was sent as the governor of Yemen by our Prophet, peace be upon him. He is the father-in-law of our Prophet, peace be upon him, and the father of Habiba. Abu Sufyan, the father of Hazrat Muawiyah, became a Muslim during the conquest of Mecca. He had gone to Jerusalem for a trade caravan before becoming a Muslim. At that time, the Byzantine emperor Heraclius, who was in Jerusalem,
أرسل إليه في ركب من قريش
sent a messenger to the Quraysh caravan.
وكانوا تجارا بالشام.
At that time, the delegation from the Quraysh was in Damascus for trade.
في المدة التي كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ماد فيها أبا سفيان وكفار قريش.
It was after the treaty, Hudaybiyah. It was during a trade caravan that took place after the peace treaty, signed between our Prophet, peace be upon him, and the Meccans.
فأتوه وهم بإيليا.
Ilya means the house of God. It means the holy house. So Jerusalem, they appeared before Heraclius in Jerusalem.
فدعاهم في مجلسه.
The Meccans who came were received by Heraclius, the Byzantine emperor. At that time, the center was Istanbul, the capital of the Byzantine Empire. But he was in Jerusalem due to a military operation. He invited them to his council.
وحوله عظماء الروم.
There were Byzantine nobles around him.
ثم دعاهم بدأ بترجمانه.
He invited the Meccans and also called for translator.
فقال
The initial inquiry was,
أيكم أقرب نسبا بهذا الرجل الذي يزعم أنه نبي.
can any of you identify yourselves as being the closest in familial ties or blood relation to the individual who is asserting himself to be a prophet? Who is the closest among you?
فقال أبو سفيان فقلت أنا أقربهم نسبا.
I said, among the Quraysh, I am the closest to him in terms of lineage.
فقال أدنوه مني.
Bring him closer to me.
وقربوا أصحابه.
They brought friends closer. He came right up to Heraclius.
فاجعلوهم عند ظهره.
He said, place the others behind me.
ثم قال لترجمانه.
A dialogue, a conversation that took place between Heraclius, the Byzantine emperor, and Abu Sufyan, who was one of the polytheists of Mecca and had not yet converted to Islam at that time.
قل لهم
He told them, he said to his translator,
إني سائل هذا عن هذا الرجل.
I will ask questions about this person who claims to be a prophet.
فإن كذبني فكذبوه.
If he lies, you should also deny it. So he tells the other Quraysh that if he says something wrong, they should express that he is lying.
فوالله
Abu Sufyan says, I swear by Allah that the polytheists of Mecca believed in Allah, as is known, but they associated others with him. And by Allah,
لولا الحياء من أن يأثروا علي كذبا لكذبت عنه.
if I did not think that they were telling lies about me, I would lie. If I wasn't afraid of being called a liar, I would lie. but I didn't lie.
ثم كان أول ما سألني عنه أن قال.
The first question, he asked 11 different questions. Emperor Heraclius's first question to the leader of the Quraysh delegation,
كيف نسبه فيكم؟
coming from Mecca, was about the lineage of Muhammad Mustafa, who claims to be a prophet.
قلت هو فينا ذو نسب.
I said he is of noble and honorable character. He is from the Hashim clan, meaning his lineage is pure.
فقال هل قال هذا القول منكم أحد قط قبله؟
The second question was, has there been anyone among you in Mecca who claimed prophethood before this? Is he imitating anyone?
قلت لا.
No. No one who claimed to be a prophet came before this.
قال فهل كان من آبائه من ملك؟
Was there ever a king among your ancestors? So, is there a claim to kingship in the lineage of their fathers and grandfathers?
قلت لا.
No. There are no kings among their ancestors.
قلت فأشراف الناس يتبعونه أم ضعفاؤهم؟
Do the prominent people among the people follow him, or do the weak ones?
فقلت بل ضعفاؤهم.
The weak among the people follow him.
قال أيزيدون أم ينقصون؟
Are the number of Muslims increasing or decreasing?
قلت بل يزيدون.
No, the number is increasing.
قال هل يرتد أحد منهم سخطة لدينه بعد أن يدخل فيه؟
Has there been anyone who, after entering this religion, left it out of anger or rage? The questions are very sensitive.
قلت لا.
No one has ever turned away from their religion.
قال فهل كنتم تتهمونه بالكذب قبل أن يقول ما قال؟
Before making this claim, were you accusing him of lying? Have you ever witnessed him lying?
قلت لا.
No, absolutely not.
قال هل يغدر؟
Would he betray? Would he act treacherously? Would he be cruel? Would he betray a trust?
قلت لا.
No, the enemy is talking about our prophet.
الحق ما شهد به الأعداء.
That's a beautiful. The truth is what even the enemies confess. If your neighbor who does not love you tells you about your good deeds, he is telling the truth. Even those who don't love him, even his enemies, are talking about the virtues and beauty of our prophet. Peace be upon him.
قلت لا ونحن منه في مدة لا ندري ما هو فاعل فيها.
He says, I found only one thing. We are currently at peace with him. We still don't know how he will behave. He's left a door open.
قال ولم تمكنني كلمة أدخل فيها شيئا غير هذه الكلمة.
He says, I couldn't add anything else between these sentences. With just this sentence, he didn't betray. He didn't act treacherously. But now we've signed a peace agreement. We don't know how he will behave.
فهل قاتلتموه؟
Have you ever clashed with him?
قلت نعم.
Yes.
قال فكيف كان قتالكم إياه؟
How did your clashes and wars with him turn out?
قلت الحرب بيننا وبينه السجال ينال منا وننال منه.
We took turns. Sometimes he overcomes us. Sometimes we overcome him.
قال ماذا يأمر؟
Here's the point. I wanted to draw your attention to what's he commanding you. The Byzantine Emperor Heraclius is asking Abu Sufyan, who has not yet converted to Islam, what's he commanding you?
قال قلت يقول اعبدوا الله وحده.
Worship only Allah alone.
ولا تشركوا به شيئا.
He says, do not associate anything with him.
واتركوا ما يقول آباؤكم.
He says, abandon the superstitions fathers used to say.
ويأمرنا بالصلاة والصدق والعفاف والصلة.
He commands us 4 things. He commands us to pray. He commands us to be honest. He commands us to be chaste and honorable. He commands us to do good to our close relatives. Our invitation, our message, our guidance, our lesson should be so clear that even our enemies should understand it. Because in the Surah Yasin, Allah's Messenger said so.
وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ.
What is required of us is nothing but a clear message. We are not delivering a clear message. Our message, our invitation, our guidance is not clear. Some people still don't understand us. What are we inviting people to? What call are we making? What do we want things to be like? We must explain this clearly. We are inviting people to Islamic civilization. We are inviting people to justice, love, compassion, mercy, and morality. We are inviting people to brotherhood, friendship, and building good relationships with neighbors. We are inviting people to peace. We are against suicide and murder. We are against war, terror, and unrest. What we want, be Muslims, according to the command of Allah's book and Allah's messenger, is for people to come together. And with his body language, our Prophet joined his fingers like this.
الْمُؤْمِنُ لِلْمُؤْمِنِ كَالْبُنْيَانِ يَشُدُّ بَعْضُهُ بَعْضًا.
A believer should be like the bricks of a building that support each other for their fellow believers. Helping each other, cooperation, solidarity, coming together, providing support. Our duty is this. We believe in 4 types of brotherhood. Blood brotherhood, milk brotherhood, Islamic brotherhood, and humanity is brotherhood. Hazrat Halil, may Allah be pleased with him, says that all people are brothers. Our father is Adam, and our mother is Eve. In this sense, we are brothers as humans. We are brothers in humanity, and we are brothers in Islam. Then comes milk brotherhood and blood brotherhood. Yes, our message should be clear and straightforward. We need to convey a clear and straightforward message to all of humanity using today's technological means and social media. Abu Sufyan isn't a Muslim, but he conveys the Prophet's command and message in an incredibly beautiful way. We're repeating it. He commands us this. Worship only Allah. Do not associate anything with Him. Leave behind the false beliefs your fathers spoke of. And He commands us to pray, to be honest, to be modest and chaste, and to do good to our relatives,